Broad question. Just generally, yes or no, was feminism a mistake? Here and then go around.
I've got to say no.
Why?
Why? Because I feel like there's a few steps that have gone, you know what I'm saying, they've gone a good way, you know what I'm saying, but at certain times it can be taken a bit far, innit? So I'll say no for now.
Okay.
So when you say feminism, so the initial idea of what feminism was meant to be, then yes, women have the right for equality and all those types of things. But from what it was initially to what it is now, then no.
Yeah. Really? Because when it started, they were known as terrorists. They planned assassinations.
Okay, well, not that part. No, but what I mean is like the idea of women being able to do certain things. I have no problem with that. But then it's what's being created from that to this new age feminism. And sometimes people call toxic feminism, whatever you want to call it, neo-feminism. It's just a bit extreme, and that's the one which we tend to see modern day.
Okay.
For me, I think it was a mistake. I lived quite a feminist lifestyle for quite some time, not actively, not realizing, but just being from this culture and stuff. And for me personally, I find it a mistake.
What do you mean you lived a feminist lifestyle?
I'm independent financially and all of those things. And I kind of pursued my career for a really long time. I pursued my academics for a really long time. I really appreciate all of that. But I think as you get older, you realize how unfulfilling all of those things are. And when you're sold that dream for a really long time, you're so convinced that that can't wait. And you're so convinced that marriage, kids, and becoming all of those things that are more traditional can wait, when really biologically it's the other way around. So for me, I would say it's been a mistake.
I'm curious, what age did you switch your thinking?
I've always not realized it was like this. I never realized it was just part of life. It was just like you go study, you go carry on, and you become more career. But as I became more academically astute, I realized that it's actually hindering some of my more nurturing and like my core values. And so I would say that as I turned about 26, I realized that I've got all of the things that I need in life, but I'm not fulfilled. So clearly I've been sold the wrong dream. Yeah. So I'd say around then.
Around 26. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think? Was feminism a mistake?
I'll say no, only because I think the general idea of why feminism was started, it came with good intentions, I would like to believe. But I also support the Dave Chappelle joke where he said the feminists should have picked a man to lead their cause, innit?
I think the problem is, obviously, feminism started before social media was a thing. And now you've just got too many people online stating their opinions that just don't need to be heard. And they've just radicalized sort of a pure movement and just made it toxic.
So out of the people that said yes, what good came out of feminism?
Well, like the voting, that women getting to vote.
Okay.
I don't vote, to be fair, if I'm honest. I don't actually vote.
That's another story.
Yeah, I'm one of those ones. I don't. Do you guys vote? Does everyone vote?
Yeah, I do. When I'm in the US.
Yeah, I don't actually vote. To me, yeah. So
I'm curious, if you had to be drafted the same as a man, if you had to do that in order to vote, would you do it?
Absolutely not. I don't care. Like, I really don't care about what's going on. I don't care enough about these things in life to fight for it, because it doesn't affect my reality. So the laws and this, that, and the other, it doesn't really affect my personal reality enough for me to want to go get drafted to vote. It's not serious enough.
No, it's interesting because there was a certain, I won't name names, YouTuber that, like, I was saying that, because I think feminism from the beginning has been freedom without responsibility. So they wanted the freedom to vote without the responsibility of being in the draft. And a lot of people think that, like, that it was something we had to fight for, but it was actually a freedom that men had because they had the responsibility. And it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, because we talk a lot about how women were oppressed because they couldn't vote, but men were like had to go to war, and so it's like you're that oppressed because you didn't get to vote, but your husband is now being drafted and potentially killed and come back with PTSD if he does survive, and no survival, no therapy, nothing like that. So I don't see how we had it so bad comparatively. I think everybody had it bad.
I think we had it pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my God, chilling. I would have loved that life. So no, I don't understand why we were seen as the oppressed back then. I didn't see it as an oppressive. I didn't think it was one side. I think men were really oppressed back then, going to war and all this stuff that they didn't even know anything about, and then being forced to just do it. I think that was more oppressive than not being able to vote.